Oh, the shade, oh damn. Hello my internet family and welcome back for another Food Diary Friday. I'm so glad I'm getting to say that again. After my last video where I said I might end this series, I was flooded with support and encouragement from you all. So I heard you, I'm not going anywhere. We're here to stay. Another year of promoting balance and joy of food. It is super late right now and the food montage of everything you're about to see is all the food I ate today. So after that, then I'm going to start discussing the title of this video. So if you enjoy, make sure you hit the like button down there and yeah, that was all very yum, except for the cookies that I showed there at the end. They were a bit gross, so I'm going to stick to home baking from now on. But yeah, we need to chat, guys. So many people equate eating healthy, eating whole foods, with getting skinny or fitting into skinny jeans or deprivation or like lack of somehow. And if you think that way, like, it's such a shitty mindset to have. If you do think this way, let me know in a comment. But if you're one of those people that thinks that eating healthy is only something that people do if they're trying to be skinny, then the media has really molded you badly. If you're one of those people who ever thinks like, oh, like, what's the point of eating vegetables with dinner? What's the point of having an apple with a snack? I just ate a slice of pizza. Then this video is for you, my friend. Yes, for you. See ya. And to preface, I am not saying that it's wrong to eat healthy food to look a certain way. Then you're like relying on extrinsic motivation over intrinsic motivation. So you're doing it to fit a certain beauty standard that's been portrayed to you rather than for the quality of your own life and for your own well-being and stuff, you know. If you eat well along with physical activities like walking and stuff, and if you manage your stress properly and you sleep right and stuff, all of that does manage your weight. But the point of doing these things in the first place shouldn't be to look a certain way, and that's what I want to talk about right now. I've noticed that people seem to either be on a diet and eating really like clean, or they're just eating loads of shit and they don't give a crap about anything about their health or anything like that. And I I grew up eating rubbish. Like, I didn't eat a vegetable until I was like in my 20s. I just hated anything, like anything that I deemed to be a healthy food. I just thought it was just like rabbit food. I thought it was disgusting. And I was always sick growing up. I was always unwell. We always had bottles of Calpol medicine, and I just had a cold constantly. I always felt tired and run down and sluggish and shit, and there's just always stuff wrong with me. I was in and out of the doctors like nobody's business, and I was living off processed food, junk, like delicious junk, but that's all I ate. That stuff is fine to eat, but just not for every meal. And I've experienced a bunch of different ways of eating, so like not even diets as well. Like I initially tried a bunch of diets that just I never stuck to them for more than like 2 days. This is years back, but then throughout like a few years of on my fitness and health journey, I tried lots of different ways of eating, like counting macros and counting calories and this and that, and trying high carb, low carb, loads of protein, loads of fat, like everything. Like, you know, I did, you know, vegan for a long time and all those things. And I just realized, like, the main thing that I realized is that the way most people eat in the Western world isn't the way we should be eating. It's not natural, because everything's coming from packages and everything has ingredients lists that are this long. But yeah, there are so many solid reasons to eat well that aren't to do with being skinny. Like, I'm never going to be model skinny. I don't want to be. As I said, I need to start this video. I'm just getting pillows, don't mind me. I need to get comfortable. You guys watch this series, you know that I often go out to eat and I'll order whatever I want from the menu. But I want you to know that that is because I live quite 80-20. Like, I mostly eat good. And that's the bit that I think a lot of people get confused about, you know, because I promote balance and stuff. But to me, balance is for all of the following reasons that I'm about to tell you. So, like, these are the important bits about the majority of my diet, basically. Number one is productivity. So when I make an effort to take time to make my own meals and include a lot of healthy stuff, I end up procrastinating less. I'm so prone to procrastination. And when I feel all cloudy from foods that, like, I don't digest well, and I just get that kind of brain fog, and I feel real heavy and just, ugh. You know, when you just feel like a big fucking slug. Like, the day is just a goner. Like, I'll get nothing done. I'll be distracted, and I'll either be constipated or I'll have diarrhea. Yeah, I said it, TMI, but I know some of you are watching this and yous are like, I always feel like that. That might be because of your food energy levels. So I've noticed this more recently, since I stopped having so many sugary snacks in my day. But I have done this in the past. It's just I got back onto having something really sugary and sweet every single day because of Christmas. Christmas is always the time of year when I kind of get thrown off, but I don't mind that. I love Christmas and I love indulging. But yeah, I'm not getting sugar crashes anymore. It is amazing. Like, when you focus your meals around food, like balance and stuff, like having the fat and protein and some slow digesting carbs with all your meals and stuff, you'll notice that your energy stays like this all day, rather than going like this, where every time you dip, you either need coffee, like sugary coffee and sweets, or something to perk you back up. So a lot of people who rely on energy drinks will notice this instantly if they start eating better, that they're not going to have that, and it can take a few days to get it out of your system. So, like, after Christmas, I just knew once we ran out of all of the sweets and stuff, I'd be feeling okay after like 3-4 days. But the thing is, you have to make sure you're eating enough and regularly. You can't just be like, oh, I'm not going to eat sweets every day anymore, and then not replace them with something else, you know? So that's where most people get, like, confused with all this, because they think that eating healthy means eating less. It's not. So yeah, when I'm eating well, I don't need to take naps, and I can go for long, hour-long walk, jog things, and I can do exercise, and I'll be dancing around my house to music. Like, I'm just like, Number 3 is I sleep better. So I just lie down, fall asleep within seconds, and I'll sleep solidly for like 8 hours. I'll reach those deep REM parts of sleep that are really important, and then I'll wake up real naturally, and I'll spring out of bed, and I don't have to get dragged out of bed, and like, that's when your body does all of its healing and it's regenerating, so it's so good for you to get enough sleep. And if you don't eat a real heavy meal late at night full of like crap that your body's like, what's this, then you're just going to sleep better. I always anticipate it. Like when I decide I want pizza or want a takeaway, I know I'm going to have a bit of a weird 12 hours after, and you only notice and pick up on these things after you have been eating well, because sometimes you can just become so immune to the feeling of being off that you don't even notice it. You're just always unwell, and it's just the new normal for you, and it's not good. Like, you know, you can do that if you want, but I'm just telling you that there's this other option over here. And I think when you're on a diet and you're depriving yourself, you just feel really weak and shit all the time, and you'll be like lying in bed starving with your stomach rumbling and stuff. You should never feel so hungry that you feel that way. I just don't think it's right at all. I don't get cravings anymore. Like, so because I let myself have stuff when I want it, and I know that I can have it if I want it, it's much easier to choose not to have it the majority of the time, because the craving's not so bad that I'm like, I need it. Because when you do eat it regularly, and you know, if you wake up and you skip breakfast and then you grab a muffin like 3 or 4 hours later and stuff, you're way more likely to crave sweets and chocolate and crisps and stuff at night time. And when I'm not having like fizzy drinks and stuff like that, you just don't crave it anymore. It's amazing that, like, the way your body works. I just don't understand what causes that, but I guess when your cells are getting the nutrients they need, they're not screaming out for more nutrients. So when you're not feeding yourself properly, even when you're like on a diet and you're hardly eating anything, or if you're living off stupid shakes or something like that, your body is like telling you and sending you signals, and it's feeling hungry because it's not getting what it needs. So if you just give it what it feckin' needs, you won't have those horrible feelings anymore. It's like loads of little goblins in your brain just going, feed me. The next reason is my skin. Now granted, I do keep on top of my skincare, whatever, you guys know that, but I had such bad skin problems all my life, and yes, I still have scars, but my skin just has this glow and this kind of like look and feel about it that it never used to have, and that this kind of look goes away when I go through phases of kind of eating worse. Like at Christmas, I noticed my skin was much more dull and just way more blemishes and stuff like that. I'm 27 and a half, and I'm proud to say I don't have a hint of a wrinkle yet, and I just eat loads of healthy fat and healthy proteins and all the things that my skin needs. So yeah, I, unlike a lot of the other bloody vegan YouTubers who promote like cutting all that stuff out, but then they go and get Botox and it gets exposed, it's like, no girl, just eat your foods that you need. Oh, the shade, oh damn. Next is my hair and my nails. My hair is so much thicker and shinier and in better condition, and my nails don't crack or break anymore. I don't get that horrible dry feeling. My hair doesn't fall out and stuff like that. When I used to binge and restrict a lot and things in the past, it really affected all of that, and because that's your health like comes from inside out mostly. You can apply things that helps as well, but when you want it to be like at its peak, you have to do both. Like even the whites of my eyes are so much wider now than they used to be, and like I don't know, it's fun. Like it makes cooking and baking more experimental, because I'll try and figure out how to fit in as many foods that are like nutrient dense as possible, and then if they pass the dad test, so if I make say a brownie, a healthy brownie, and then give him one and he likes it, then I know that I've done well. And then obviously lastly, the more nutrition you give your body in general, so like every new meal is a new chance to make a good decision. So if you do have a McDonald's, you can just pick something next meal that will be good for you. You know, I want to live into my old age, but I want to be healthy. I want to be mobile in my 80s. I want to, when I have kids, I want to be able to be full of energy and running around looking after them. And you know, science shows that healthy populations around the world, where they consume large volumes of natural whole foods and stuff, they live longer and they have less degenerative diseases. They have just less instance of disease and death and all that stuff. They're full of vitality and they flourish, and I just want that for me. I don't want diabetes. I don't want any autoimmune diseases. Like, so many people around me have those things, and I see what it does to a person, and I know that those things are preventable through good food. I'm going to stop rambling now, guys. I have to go to bed. I'm up really early in the morning for a job. I hope this has inspired some of you guys to just eat better, regardless of what your body looks like and regardless of any kind of goals you have for your body. It's not all about being skinny. We need to appreciate all body shapes, all body sizes. Healthy bodies can come in all shapes and all sizes, and just know that if you eat well, long term, how you look will eventually reflect that. And maybe that doesn't mean being a size 0, but a-okay with me. I'm done. I'm going. Goodbye.